Yeah. Hi, friends. We have today Santhosh with us. Santhosh has cleared this year's RBI Grade B exam. He apparently happens to be the student of Prepper as well. So let's talk to Santhosh about his strategy. How did he prepare about the exam, and what is his background generally? So, hi Santhosh. Welcome to the interview. Uh, thanks
Hello,
for
Rahul.
sorry. Thanks for choosing Prepper.
Yeah, that was really surprising for me.
Yeah. So, Santosh, can you just tell us a little bit about your background? Where are you from? What kind of education background are you from? Where are you working, etc.?
Yeah, so I am basically a native of Chennai. So I did my graduation in electrical and electronic engineering from Chennai itself.
Okay.
Then I worked in Accenture for, I'm a 2010 pass out by the way.
Okay.
And from 2010 till mid 2014, I was with Accenture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been almost, it was around more than 4.5 years in Accenture for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I shifted to Indian Overseas Bank as Scale 2 IT officer.
Okay.
So I'm with IOB for almost past 3 years now.
Okay.
So that is my profile.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. So it seems that you have worked in very, very rigorous environments. Accenture would be quite rigorous, and so would be Indian Overseas Bank.
Yes.
How did you able to crack this exam? Were you able to get the time for self study? How much? How did you devote the time for preparation of this exam?
I'm unable to hear you now. Can you please repeat?
I said that your work schedule would be very rigorous in both the organizations. So how
Yeah,
were
yeah.
you able to devote time to study for this exam? How many hours did you study? How did you schedule your daily day for the preparation?
Actually, so at present with being in IOB and being in a public sector bank, I felt a little difficult to devote my time. But then somehow, till 8 or 8:30, it used to be work all the day.
Okay.
So post that, I used to study for around 12 to 2 to 3 hours a day
Mm-hmm.
till late night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it all, I could manage my time 2 to 3 hours a day and weekends, morning and evening.
Okay, weekend mornings and evenings. And you are not from economics background. You have not done your MBA. You are not from BCom or economic honors background. So was it difficult for you to prepare for this exam, especially the phase two?
Yeah, it was actually, totally a different subject for me as far as, finance management. In fact, all the three papers were, it was not all related to my education background. So it was initially difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started in the year 2013 itself,
Okay.
preparation.
Okay.
So I went to a couple of coaching institutes.
Mm-hmm.
So they helped me a lot actually. There is a coaching institute in Chennai itself,
Okay.
famous one for RBI Grade B.
Okay.
So it all started there. So my economics basics and
Mm-hmm.
other social issues basic, it all started from there actually. After that, it was usual preparation. Once I got into the basics,
Mm-hmm.
it was normal for me. Only thing is, I need to catch up with the current affairs and current happenings.
Okay. Okay. So for current affairs, you used to read newspapers, right?
Yeah, newspapers on a daily basis is a must.
Okay. Which newspaper did you read?
I initially started with Hindu.
Mm-hmm.
Then I shifted to Times of India for the last 2.5 years.
Okay. Okay. So Times of India was good enough for this preparation.
Yeah, good. But also covers all the important news.
Okay.
And the one which I felt useful with Times of India was the language was lucid when compared to Hindu.
Okay, okay, okay. And do you think that there is a requirement for reading a financial daily, a financial newspaper for this exam?
Actually speaking, it is not required for training prelims.
Mm-hmm.
But for after this objective exam, after the changes from subjective to objective,
Mm-hmm.
so I felt in especially third finance paper, and reading a business daily would be helpful. I won't say it is must, but it would be helpful to understand the questions in finance.
Okay, okay, okay. I would also like to understand that there now RBI includes a lot of numerical portion, right? Lot of numerical questions, which was not there when it was a subjective paper, right? A subjective paper was more of a theory-based paper. So, is it a good move? Do you think that introducing objective paper and then introducing numericals in that, is it a good move?
Um, if you, in my opinion, it's a very good move because in subjective paper, it depends a lot on the examiner
Mm-hmm.
and it depends a lot on your presentation skills as well.
Okay.
So once it is made objective,
Mm-hmm.
it all depends on your knowledge.
Okay.
I don't think, maybe one or two guessworks might work, but ultimately it boils down to your knowledge level
Right.
and your understanding of the subject to some extent at least, not entirely.
Okay.
So there is dependence on the examiner, the way the correction is made, the way you
Mm-hmm.
present your content in your subjective paper. Those things, it doesn't matter now because now all it matters is what you know and what you know on that day. That's what
Right.
I think it's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask me problems in finance, yeah, actually, no one expected that they will have so many problems this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was out of 60 marks, it was 20 to 25 marks were from finance problems.
Mm-hmm.
So it did. These things were, I mean, this 20 to 25 marks in problems were a little bit unexpected ones actually.
Okay.
I support objective paper.
Okay, okay, okay. So I think we at Prepper covered a lot of numerical problems at the end of the course, right? There were a few topics and all that stuff. Do you think they were helpful for your preparation of numerical portion?
I would say it was 105% helpful for me because though I did study a few other materials,
Mm-hmm.
but ultimately, as far as problems finance are concerned, I feel that out of 25 marks, in fact 20 marks came from my material. I mean I'm not sure exact question, but 90%
Mm-hmm.
it did come from my material.
Okay, okay. And what about the quality of other theoretical portion? For example, we covered theoretical portion. We covered budget and ESI in Economic Survey of India in ESI. So how good or bad was it? Do you have any feedback for us so that I can improve?
If you ask me material wise, it was good. But if you ask me the questions asked and compare with the material,
Mm-hmm.
theory aspects a little bit didn't cover because in ESI it was more of a current affairs based ESI questions. So
Okay.
that coverage was a little less, I would say,
Yeah.
because in ESI, if you, for example, there was a question on Brexit,
Mm-hmm.
and no one would have expected that question was part of globalization topic actually.
Right, right.
But topic it was not covered anywhere actually,
Mm-hmm.
and there were I think 6 to 8 marks from Brexit alone.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
maybe ESI a little bit concentration on current affairs days, the ESI would have been a little more helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can't say it was not helpful
Okay,
because
okay.
there were questions on that STCC, social economic task center. So
Mm-hmm.
there were little questions from those materials as well. So I
Okay.
cannot say it was not totally out of sync, but theory wise speaking, it was little less when compared to numerical.
Okay, okay, okay. So we got it. I think this year we are covering all these current affairs on regular basis. So when you talk about current affairs, I think current affairs are also being asked in phase one, right? So can you throw
Yes.
light on what kind of current affairs, those 80 marks, what kind of questions are being asked in those 80 marks? Are they current affair based? Are they static? What kind of topics are asked? Economics, polity, sports, what kind of topics are asked in that?
If you current affairs, if you ask me about prelims current affairs 80 marks, it is it is combined. I mean, static maybe some 20 marks is static,
Mm-hmm.
and remaining 60 marks is last last 4 months current affairs,
Mm-hmm.
and they cover a diverse range of topics. I would say in my set there were maybe one or two economic questions maximum. And
Okay.
other than that, everything was politics and basically they focus a lot on government schemes.
Right,
So
right. Yeah.
what all Prime Minister did for the past 4 5 months actually
Mm-hmm.
it was I would say 30 marks. I mean 30 out of 80 is a huge actually.
Right,
So
right, right, right.
it was very that concentration and economic if you see it was very less.
Mm-hmm.
and static was maybe around 15 to 20 marks maximum. So
Okay.
last 6 to 5, I mean 4 to 5 months of current affairs, it would suffice.
Right, right. So in current affairs, you said that there were government schemes, there were a lot of political questions, and there were questions related to maybe budget and economic survey of India, because many schemes would be covered in economic survey of India as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. And how did you prepare for quant and reasoning? Because that is also one of the most difficult topics for many aspirants. Many aspirants are not comfortable, and it's slightly of a higher level than bank PU.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, if you, I've been applying for this exam for the past 4 years. So, as as the each and each every year passes by, na, the level of questions in quants, especially, it is on the higher level when compared to the last 2 years. So, for
Mm-hmm.
me, I was actually a CAT aspirant initially.
Mm-hmm.
So, my CAT preparation did help me a lot for
Okay.
quants. So even I faced issue, attempting more than 50 questions itself was a huge task for me. So I would say if someone is not comfortable with quants topic, they can focus on DI and there's a number series questions they are asking nowadays for 5 marks. So DI plus number series will get you 15 marks, and if someone is not comfortable with other topics, they can at least focus on these two topics and get 15 marks fully.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how it is. And if you want to ask quant topics, and my CAT material did help me a lot
Okay. Okay. Okay.
because I was a CAT aspirant initially. So
Mm-hmm.
those materials did help me.
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise, normal quantitative applied by any good author. I don't know what are all the quants book is covered by good author. Maybe R.S. Agarwal, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, even R.S. Agarwal questions are not sufficient for bank exams, especially RBI.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
you need to practice a lot. Online mocks are there, so those may be a little helpful.
Okay. Okay. So this again, we are launching this year course by April 1st. So as you recommended, we are also including a lot of current affairs. And I think this year's exam would also be in the month of August. So from April to August, the current affairs should be sufficient to cover both phase 1 and phase 2, right?
Phase two, if you ask me, a little, maybe, if phase two is in the month of August or September,
Mm-hmm.
I feel current affairs at ESA would come from January itself, because last year it came, so even they asked schemes related to 2 years back and all, they asked the
Mm-hmm.
schemes. So current affairs, if you see, I feel it is better to start from January if its exam is in August or September.
Okay, okay, sure, sure, sure. And how did you prepare for English? Because I think most of the aspirants leave preparation for English altogether, but English is very important aspect. It's almost, exactly the same marks, 100 marks. And if you can achieve around 70 marks in English, then you can get a very good score in the final, right?
Yeah, so yeah, as you say, English is the most ignored part of the among the three subjects actually.
Mm-hmm.
So English, if you ask me, the daily reading of any one daily,
Mm-hmm.
and then the, the the current issues, which is concentrated on the how can I say, important issues on day-to-day basis. For example, last time it was Brexit, GST, those kind of things. It was
Mm-hmm.
almost coming on the newspaper on a daily basis. So if we can concentrate on those boiling issues, or important issues, and reading a newspaper daily with noting down the important points, because I feel English is the most unpredictable part, because people who are getting 70 in one year,
Mm-hmm.
they are scoring 50 odd in the next year. So a drastic decrease in the marks scored by them. So if you ask me, English, they are concentrating on the way you structure your answer. For
Okay.
example, if it is last time they asked questions on GST.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot straight away jump into issues in GST. First issue, the people who's correcting English,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know what is GST at all. So
Okay.
you should explain them in basic terms what is GST first of all,
Okay.
and then give an example. Then you can proceed to issues in GST.
Okay.
You
Okay.
cannot directly start issues in GST and you cannot expect 70 marks. I don't think it is possible.
Okay. Okay.
So the way you structure your answer in English, the introduction part, and then then you go to the next part,
Mm-hmm.
then give a conclusion conclusion, what you feel about the topic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel this structure they will help examiner to award more marks when compared to others.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
that's how for me strategy is make it a little structured way.
Mm-hmm.
And the point whichever you say, it needs to be keyword. You cannot say as reported by newspaper, as reported by someone.
Mm-hmm.
If say that as reported by someone, it means that you don't have any view on your own. So these two important points one needs to consider while writing any English essay, especially essay is the first question.
Mm-hmm.
So structured answer with your own view will get you more.
Okay, okay. Thank you. And so, can you just tell me that how many marks did you get in each of the subjects, English, FM, and ESI?
Yeah, so my English marks was 71
Mm-hmm.
and ESI was 71.75 and FM was 61. So I got around 203 in fifth.
Oh, that was really great. That was way ahead of the cutoffs, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And how much marks did you get in the interview?
Interview I got 40. So totally it came to 243.75.
Wow, wow. So you must be one of the top 10 rankers in this exam, I think.
Yeah, I think it will be around either 4, 5, 6 because 7, 8, 9 are already 241, 239 and not okay. So it has to be either one among 4, 5, 6.
Okay, 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 okay. That's pretty decent. I think the score is really balanced in each of the subject. Particularly, you have given a lot of importance to English, which has actually increased your score to 203. Most of the guys are
Yeah,
get around 50, 55 marks in English, and they suffer because interviews are really unpredictable.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is it for today. We can talk some other day about your interview experience. How did you go about preparing for the interview? How was the interview like? What do they ask in the interview? What do they see and etc. But for today, I think it was a really good session. It was a really good interview. I would like to thank you for your time, and I hope that you would do really good in the career as a officer in India's topmost bank. You would be able to actually write a good future for this country.
Yeah, thanks a lot for all your wishes. And I would say, again, I would say your material was really helpful for me because those 20 to 25 marks in finance, it would make a big difference when it comes to a competitive exam like this. And 20 to 25 marks will be a make or break cut for any aspirant. And I would say I was a beneficiary in that aspect. And the entire 20 marks in finance was truly from because of prepare material. So I would once again thank this prepare material for helping me in my success in RBI after no no 4 year long preparation and it was finally crossing the line and I would thank your material and it was very helpful for me in crossing the line and I didn't expect to cross the line with the 20 almost plus 20 from the cutoff. So
Right,
I
right,
should
right.
thank all the
Yeah, yeah.
online brothers and
I
especially
think
for my finance.
yeah, I think we were just doing our efforts from our end. This year, what we are doing is since numerical portion is tricky, we are making videos for all the numerical portions. We are trying to include more topics because RBI is becoming more and more unpredictable. They would include numericals from even I think even they might include numericals from ESI, right? So, for example, topics like how to calculate GDP, calculate GNP from GDP, how to include in how to calculate inflation, then how to calculate balance of payments. This can also be there as a numerical, right? You never know because RBI is becoming more and more unpredictable, so we are including these this year.
Yeah, ultimately, they would like to cut off to come down to say around maybe -5 or -10. That's what they would want. So they would make ESI tougher. And one more thing, what I feel is as far as finance is concerned, last time the material was focusing entirely on this the ratio related topics and balance sheet related topics. So
Mhm.
I feel a little concentration on risk management will be helpful this time because
Yeah, yeah.
last time there was no question on risk management related problems. So
So risk
a little
management in banks,
concentration.
right? Risk management in banks, right?
Yeah, yeah. Especially the capital adequacy,
Yeah.
those kind of topics.
Yeah. So we are adding this year asset liability management, which is one of the important topics for banks. We are trying to do analysis of banks' balance sheet and understanding those Basel norms, Basel one, Basel two, Basel three, which talks about capital adequacy and all that stuff, right? So we are doing that. All right, Santosh. Thanks for your time, and wish you all the best for your future. I think we shall be in touch and try and conduct more sessions with you as and when required. Thanks, and all the best. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, bye.